Oh, you've done it now, Johnny.
Welcome to the Breakdown with Jay and Nell, where we'll discuss all of your NFL and NBA news.
Tap in if you want to get to the breakdown.
Welcome to the Breakdown. I'm your boy Jay.
And I'm L. And today, you guys,
And today
we are going to talk about the NFL draft, first round at that. Let's go. So, we got winners and losers, and then our surprise picks. Who you got, Jay? You know what? We're going to start with losers first.
winners. All right. Losers. I'm gonna go with the Cardinals. I know they drafted Jeremiah Love, but I feel like that was like a luxury pick for them. Like they necessarily didn't need a running back. You got James Conner coming off an injury. You signed Tyler Algier in free agency. Your offensive line is not built for a running back like Jeremiah Love, so it would have been smart for them to draft either offensive lineman or even take Arvell Reese, because Arvell Reese was available. Like either one of those picks would have been better, I believe, than Jeremiah Love.
Yeah. Arizona definitely whiffed on the pick. I mean, don't get me wrong, Jeremiah Love's a good pick, but they didn't need him right then. They could have grabbed another quarterback because you need a quarterback. Because Jacoby Brissett, it only gonna last for so long, and your defense needs to get sure that your offensive line, you got too many glaring holes to just get a running back. Now that's no shade to Jeremiah Love. He's nice.
Yeah, it's no shade to the player at all.
Yeah. Another loser I have is Cleveland. Why? Because how you let Kansas City get one of the best corners in the draft, and y'all still could have got that. Y'all still could have got that offensive tackle. That what the down the line. Y'all still could have got him. He would have still been available. Do you agree?
I mean, Spencer Fano, he's a top 10 pick. So I just felt like where they drafted him at was appropriate. I think if they would have stayed at 6 and drafted Spencer Fano, then that maybe would have been a little too high. So I think they did okay with that pick, honestly, bro. But honestly, they're not losers to me. But if you feel that way about it, go right on ahead.
My next loser is gonna be Pittsburgh. Why? Because how y'all let Philadelphia get one of the best receivers in the draft? Like how? Make it make sense. You can't. How you on the phone with one and then the next one call? Crazy.
Well, Philadelphia wanted him more because they traded up to get him. So, but yeah, I mean, Steelers, they should have been more aggressive. But I think another loser is the Rams. Why would you pick Ty Simpson at 13 when you had guys like Kenyon Sadiq available, Mekhi Lemon? You should have drafted a weapon for Matthew Stafford instead of trying to think ahead for the future and draft Ty Simpson when he's not really ready to start right now. And it's a stronger quarterback. There's a stronger quarterbacks class coming out in the next draft. So you really didn't have to draft Ty Simpson. Like I feel like they should have went after either Makai Lemon or Kenyon Sadiq.
Yeah, that was a head scratcher because it's not like Matthew Stafford's going to retire right now. So that was kind of pointless. You still, heck, you could have let him fall, and you still would have been able to, another one. You would have been able to draft in the second round, or later on in the first if you had that. How many picks you had?
Yep. I say another loser is the Dolphins. You missed out on the talent like Caleb Downs. You should have stayed. I mean, I appreciate it. Y'all let us trade up and get him, but y'all should have stayed and drafted Caleb Downs. He's a generational type talent. You can't let a player like that slip past you. So I feel like they could have done better. And Caden Proctor, he's a good offensive lineman, but he's not one of the best. Like if you're going to draft an offensive lineman, you could have drafted Vega from Penn State or Blake Miller or somebody like that. Like I feel like it's a reach with the Caden Proctor pick. And yeah, I feel like the Dolphins, they're big losers in the draft.
Yeah, I agree, bro. Like that was even a head scratcher for me. I was like, you don't have a quarterback. You don't have no receivers. You literally let two of your receivers go. And you gotta strip your defense. So you're in a full-fledged rebuild. It's good to start with the offensive
Yeah.
line. I get why they did it, but I need a quarterback first. I can always draft another lineman. And you
Yep.
got unrestricted free agents. So I mean, you gonna have people undrafted, so you can always pick up a pick up a pick up a lineman like that.
Do you have any more losers? I want to
Yeah, I
move
got
up to
one more.
winners.
Who was that? Uh, I wanna say no, I don't. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't have any more losers.
All right, let's move over to the winners. Who are your winners?
Winners on my end, the Raiders. Man, because they had to get him, and he was a projected number one pick. The Raiders, the Jets, the Giants, Dallas. Dallas shocked me. Who else? And Washington.
Those are some good winners. I'm gonna start off with the first winner is the Cowboys. You let the board come to you. You didn't trade up into the top five to get the player you wanted. You waited. You waited until the end, and then when he was in distance, then you moved up. You only have to move up one spot to get Caleb Downs, and you didn't give up much for moving up. You only gave up 2 fifth-round picks, and then of course the 12th pick because we swapped with the Dolphins. But that was a great pick by the Cowboys, and now we have somebody to build the secondary around and Caleb Downs. I really love that. Um, Another winner, I would say the Kansas City Chiefs. They traded up to get Mansell Delane. They needed cornerback help. They lost two of their starting corners. They traded Trent McDuffie to the Rams, so they needed a corner, and they doubled down on defense and drafted Peter Woods with their later first round pick. So you get two pieces to add to that defense alongside Chris Jones and Karlaftis. So Chiefs on winners. Um, I'll say I'll say the Ravens, they're winners as well. Drafting the offensive lineman for Penn State. You need an offensive lineman. You lost Lindenbaum to the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Chicago Bears, they drafted Dylan Thieneman, um, one of the best safeties in this draft. And the Seahawks, getting Jadarian Price when you lose Kenneth Walker in free agency to the Chiefs, you got your running back now to pair with Zach Charbonnet, so you could get back to that the two-hitter monster at running back. So those are my winners.
Nice lineup. Now, our surprise picks consist of, for me, Washington grabbing Tony Styles wasn't a surprise because I knew he was projected like as big as what he was, but I didn't think he was gonna go to Washington. Washington shocked me. Uh, the the Giants shocked me twice. I definitely thought that they were gonna get like either Tony Styles or Taylor Downs. I saw a clip of them of Makai Parsons and Malik, and he was hot. He was like, "Oh my god!" I'm gonna say another surprise pick for me was again the Rams getting Ty Simpson. I wouldn't have picked him that high. As a matter of fact, I don't think I picked him that high in our mock draft. And Ruben Baines going to Tampa Bay. Now that's good because he's not that far from Florida. I mean, from Miami, but you could tell it gave him a chip on his shoulder. And I would say Dallas Dallas getting Malachi Lawrence. I had never heard of dude until now.
Those are some good surprise picks. I'll say the first one for me, I would say Carnell Tate to the Titans. Um, all we've been hearing during the pre-draft talk was them getting one of the defensive players, getting Arvell Reese or Sonny Styles, um, a player like that, like a defensive player. And nobody never thought of Carnell Tate being drafted by the Titans. I know a lot of people, some people consider him the best receiver, some don't. But it was a surprise that they drafted him. But hey, Cam Ward, he has a weapon now.
Yeah, that is true.
I'll say another surprise pick is Kenyon Sadiq to the Jets. I didn't see that one coming. I don't know what the Jets are doing. Um, I would have, I probably would have drafted like a defensive player, or you could even took receiver there. I know they got Omar Cooper Jr. later on, but you could have got your receiver there, maybe a pass rusher. But the Kenyon Sadiq pick that was a big surprise for me. Let's see another one. Uh, I would say I I would say the Makai Lemon pick. I did, I know we all know Eagles gonna need a receiver, but we didn't expect for them to trade up to get a receiver. And how they just leapfrog the Steelers like that. Like that whole situation was crazy. Yeah. Then the last surprise pick was Caleb Johnson to the Cowboys. I didn't think he was gonna slide all the way down to us. Yeah. Um, yeah. Um, yeah, the Malachi Lawrence pick, I would say it was a surprise. Because I heard pre-draft talk that he was gonna be a late first round pick, like somebody was gonna draft him. But I was surprised that we did pick him. I thought we would have went linebacker, like you said. But it appears the coaching staff really loves him, and that was one of their guys on the board. So they had to go in and snatch him up. But yeah, those are my surprise picks. Yeah. But who do you feel like made the best pick?
Oh,
Just in general, like who you think made the best pick? Yeah. 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 Oh. Honestly, I feel like Arthur Reese would have been a better pick for them anyway, but I'm not an NFL GM. But I'll say the best pick, I think you hit the nail on the head with Caleb Johnson, the Cowboys. But I'm gonna say Sonny Styles to the Commanders because they don't currently have a middle linebacker. Bobby Wagner is a free agent. And if they were to bring him back, he's older anyway. So yeah, but they get a weapon like Sonny Styles that can tackle and can cover, can blitz too, and he's very smart. So I'm interested to see what Dan Quinn is gonna do with him. So I feel like that was a good pick by the Commanders. Yep. So Yeah, so let's move on to the worst pick of the draft. Mm, I don't feel like that was a bad pick. They didn't have a number 2 receiver. That's why they got Jordan Tyson. So when Chris Olave gets hurt, they have someone. Okay. Um, I would say for me, like I said earlier, well, I'll go over to the Arvell Reese pick because that one doesn't make sense. You have Kayvon Thibodeau, you have Brian Burns, you have Abdul Carter. You probably got to move off from one of them, and more than likely, you're gonna move away from Kayvon Thibodeau because he has like a year left on his contract. I don't see how Oliver Reese fits in with them unless they use him as an off-ball linebacker, and that's not really his strong suit. He's more of a pass rusher type. So it'd be interesting to see how Oliver Reese is gonna fit with the Giants. But I feel like they should have took Caleb Downs at fifth overall. Well, before we go, we gotta talk about your 49ers. What y'all doing? Yeah, McNeil or Warren. Yeah. Well, y'all better get Denzel Boston. I think I could go with the safety from Toledo. I think I could get McNeil Warren. Oh yeah, he's getting picked. He's he's gonna be gone. Somebody gonna get him in the second round. Yep. Cowboys need to find a way to trade into the second round so we can get him. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's it, man. Yep, we appreciate y'all. Yep, we appreciate y'all. Hope you guys enjoy this episode. We will be back next week to do a full review of the draft as a whole. But today is Friday. We record Fridays, so this will be available on Saturday. This first round recap, and we'll give you our full draft grades and everything, analysis in next week's episode. But we hope y'all guys enjoy this one. We appreciate all the support. We have reached 700 subscribers on YouTube, so appreciate that. Keep supporting us, and we'll see y'all in the next one.